I was actually planning to save this video until after Miss Universe happened, because obviously there was no Miss Universe competition in 2022, but then I thought to myself, this video is all about the most amazing and most successful countries in international pageantry in 2022, and I think I'll just include the things that will be happening at Miss Universe in the 2023 video. So the pageants that actually took place in the year of 2022, the major pageants, that is, are Miss World, Miss Supranational, Miss Grand International, Miss Earth, and Miss International. So this video will be based on that. So without further ado, with that being said, this video will be focusing on which countries placed at these respective pageants as well as their placements. Puerto Rico managed to place at 3 out of 5 of the international pageants that happened in 2022. They placed in the top 40 at Miss World, in the top 10 at Miss Grand International, and in the top 8 at Miss Earth. Puerto Rico honestly is one of those countries that you expect to see them in the top 20 or, in the finals usually. Sometimes it's a hit, sometimes it's a miss, but they are usually up there. But with that being said, I'm pretty sure that their contestant at Miss Universe this year, or at Miss Universe coming up, is going to do absolutely incredible. At number 9, we have the Dominican Republic, who also managed to place at 3 out of 5 of the international pageants of 2022. They placed in the top 40 at Miss World, in the top 20 at Miss Grand International, and as the 4th runner-up at Miss International. Now, even though Dominican Republic and Puerto Rico are sort of in similar positions when it comes to Miss World, and obviously Puerto Rico placed a bit higher than the Dominican Republic at Miss Grand International, the Dominican Republic did manage to get a runner-up position at a major international pageant, which is of course Miss International, which prompted me to place them higher on this list. At number 8, we have Peru, who managed to place at 3 out of 5 of the 2022 major international pageants as well. And Peru actually placed in the top 12 of Miss Supranational, in the top 20 of Miss Grand International, and as the 2nd runner-up of Miss International. I absolutely adored Peru's contestant at Miss International this year. I am just waiting to see that woman at Miss Universe someday because she is absolutely incredible. Then at number 7, we have Venezuela, who also managed to place at 3 out of 5 of the major international pageants this year. Venezuela was present in the top 40 at Miss World, and they were the 4th runner-up at Miss Supranational, as well as the 3rd runner-up at Miss Grand International. So Venezuela did absolutely amazing this year, especially with regards to Miss Supranational and Miss Grand International, those runner-up placements. And I definitely think that Amanda, who will be representing Venezuela at Miss Universe coming up, will do absolutely amazing as well. At number 6, we have Indonesia, who managed to place at 3 out of 5 of the international pageants as well. They were amazingly present in the top 6 at Miss World, and they placed as the 3rd runner-up at Miss Supranational and the 2nd runner-up at Miss Grand International. Indonesia absolutely did amazing in my opinion this year, and I obviously also think that the woman representing them at Miss Universe this year is incredible as well and will no doubt secure a placement for them. At number 5, we have Vietnam, and now we're moving into countries who managed to place at 4 out of 5 of the international pageants that happened this year. So Vietnam was in the top 13 at Miss World, as well as the 2nd runner-up at Miss Supranational. And they were also in the top 20 at Miss Grand International, as well as the top 20 at Miss Earth. the woman representing them at Miss Supranational was the same woman representing them at Miss Universe last year, and she was just absolutely amazing. And I think Vietnam's representative this year at Miss Universe is incredible as well. And interestingly, Vietnam's representative for Miss Universe this year was also once upon a time in the top 10 at Miss Supranational. At number 4, very interestingly, we have the Czech Republic, also placing at 4 out of 5 of the international pageants this year. The Czech Republic was in the top 13 at Miss World, in the top 12 at Miss Supranational. They were the 4th runner-up at Miss Grand International this year, and they were present in the top 20 at Miss Earth. The Czech Republic is a country which I feel sort of gets overlooked a lot, just because generally I do feel like Europe gets overlooked, and rather that France usually is the mantle bearer for Europe at international pageants. But honestly, Czech Republic has been doing amazing, and I actually am waiting for the day that Czech Republic will actually win an international title once again. At number 3, we have Brazil, who also managed to place at 4 out of 5 of the international pageants this year. At Miss World, Brazil was present in the top 40. At Miss Supranational, they were present in the top 24. At Miss Grand International, obviously Brazil won the crown. And at Miss Earth, they were in the top 12. So this is the first time that a country on this list has actually managed to get a winner in this year. Obviously, this list is more about whether or not a country manages to place at various international pageants rather than putting emphasis on one lucky win. Obviously, the woman representing Brazil at Miss Grand International this year was absolutely astonishing, but that doesn't necessarily make, a country, whether or not they win a certain pageant, doesn't necessarily make that country a powerhouse in pageantry as a whole. So, for example, what I usually say is South Africa might be considered a powerhouse at Miss Universe right now, but is South Africa a powerhouse in general in pageantry? I do not think so, because they do not feature on this list. South Africa doesn't do as well at Miss Earth, Miss International, Miss Grand International. They've been doing well at Miss Universe and recently Miss Supranational, but I definitely would not call South Africa a major international powerhouse just yet. Now we are moving into the last 2 countries, and amazingly, these 2 countries have managed to place at each and every single one of the 5 international pageants held in 2022, and also they will no doubt be placing at the upcoming Miss Universe competitions. So, without further ado, let's get into these countries, which I like to call full house countries. At number 2, we have the Philippines. Like I said before, the Philippines has managed to place at 5 out of 5 of the international pageants in 2022. At Miss World, they were present in the top 13. At Miss Supranational, they were present in the top 24. At Miss Grand International, they were present in the top 10. At Miss Earth, they were present in the top 20. And at Miss International, they were present in the top 15. Surprisingly, the Philippines has not managed to get any runner-up placements or wins during 2022, but their space on this list is nevertheless still warranted, because placing at every single pageant across the board is an exemplary accomplishment. It's incredible, and it's so interesting to me that each and every one of these women, or most of these women, are sent by different organizations, but they all still manage to perform. I think that is what is most incredible about the Philippines. But there is still one country left on this list which has just blown my mind throughout 2022, and that country is, of course, the incredible Colombia. Colombia, just like the Philippines, is a full house country, and they managed to place at 5 out of 5 of the international pageants held in 2022, and will also no doubt place at Miss Universe coming up. At Miss World, Colombia was present in the top 13. At Miss Supranational, they were in the top 12. At Miss Grand International, they were in the top 10. At Miss Earth, they were the 3rd runner-up. And at Miss International recently, they were also the 3rd runner-up. I think it's so incredible that Colombia managed to get to, first of all, the 2nd stage of competition at Miss World, Miss Supranational, and Miss Grand International, but then also managed to place as 3rd runner-up at Miss Earth as well as Miss International. I think this whole list just goes to show that these are the countries to look out for right now. And also my recent list on the top 10 most powerful countries at Miss Universe throughout the last 7 years of the IMG era. I feel like these statistics are so helpful to know who the true powerhouse countries are. You know, who you can usually expect to do well at not only Miss Universe but at pageantry as a whole. Because, you know, sometimes certain countries have standout contestants who just come out of nowhere, but there are countries like Colombia, the Philippines, etc., who just remain consistent and, you know, they stay winning basically. So let me know what you guys think about this list. I would love to know, how do you think these 10 countries will do at Miss Universe this year? This is what I am thinking about constantly. I know for a fact that the top 2, you know, Philippines and Colombia are basically going to kill it at Miss Universe coming up, but what about the rest? Let me know you guys' opinions. Thank you so much for watching. If you haven't already, please subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!